The Far Spindle is an exhausting place to find freelancers. There is no shortage of spacers here, the corridors and bays throng with crew inbound and outbound, on or between contracts, trading stories, contacts, and materials. But whether a language, appearance, or code identifies someone as worth singing on with, you don't seem to have it. Perhaps it is because you are a new face, or noticeably unsure, or perhaps it is just because you are a sleeper. You push the thought to the back of your mind and instead focus on what's in front of you. The vast cylindrical tank, the center of Gaia's gyre. The first time you entered the bar, you floated open-mouthed, much like all the new arrivals do, at the sight of the huge kelp stack, the biggest you have ever seen. Even now, your eyes fixed on the fronds of seaweed that wave in the circulating water beyond the curve of dirty glass. You find it impressive. You take a sip of the harsh, saline-scented rack from its magnetic vessel secured to the bar. As you suck on the straw, your eyes following the shifting fronds, you hear someone clearing their throat beside you in the bar. Nautic, isn't it? Voice is low, rumbling, comes from the large figure on the stool next to you. The fluorescent lights behind the bar glint in his eyes, shining up into his wide, rough face. I've heard talk. You're hiring? Figure turns to face you. You don't recognize him, but in the shifting light on the gyro's Gaia, that isn't surprising. And you are? Yu-Jin, currently freelance. Turns on his stool and leans back a little. The effect is clearly meant to impress on you his size, and you have to admit, it works. Served on a whole slate of crews out of the Spindle, Gutters, Mercs, Extractors. Smiles and places a broad hand on his chest. Broad skill set, good work ethic, sense of humor, the full package. Any references? He raises an eyebrow. You running a crew or a corp? He laughs. Ask anyone they know. Yu-Jin is an honest worker. Taps twice above his heart with 2 fingers. Sign you don't know. Run anything out of that Far Spindle. I'm tough and quiet, and you won't need to worry about me. Folds his arms across his chest. What kind of work are we talking about? Before you can answer, a voice echoes out from behind you. Yu-Jin! Cover his shoulder for the source of the shout. This is ever I see. A group of 3 spacers drift up behind you, one of them placing a heavy hand on your shoulder. She is fitted with metal optical implants, and you cannot see her eyes. The caustic light from the tank plays across her face. You busy to keep in touch? She sighs. I don't like it when I have to come and find you. Vesna. Yu-Jin nods politely at her, not betraying any strong reaction. Do I look like I'm socializing? Shakes his head. This is a meeting. Oh, a meeting? Vesna squeezes your shoulder. Is that what this is? Yes, Vesna. We are talking about your delivery, in fact. Yu-Jin smiles wildly. My friend here is being very helpful. He shoots you a knowing glance. That's right. Vesna turns to you with a raised eyebrow, but before she can speak, Yu-Jin cuts in. This sleeper has a unique ability to extract data. Yu-Jin smiles at Vesna. Exactly the kind of data you have been asking for. We are not good at extracting data. So, if we can just get back to it, Yu-Jin gestures toward you, when I can deliver what you need. You know, Yu-Jin, I'm pretty tired of this whole act. Gestures dismissively at him. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. She drops her hand from your shoulder to her belt. Your eyes follow it down, and you see a dark, boxy shape there. A weapon? Either deliver by the deadline, or you don't, and when you don't, I'll be happy to take you through the consequences. Until then, shoots you a final glance. Chat to whoever the hell you want. Vesna and the 2 spacers flanking her glide out of the bar, and Yu-Jin watches them go with little emotion. So, Yu-Jin smiles while he turns. You were about to hire me? Don't get ahead of yourself. Yu-Jin sighs. I'm serious about working. Are you serious about hiring me? I want to know what that was about. Vesna? Shrugs. She's just trying to rush me, that's all. Won't be working with her again. Pauses, choosing his words carefully. Of course, I can talk about the particulars. You understand. Vesna just wants to scare you off. She likes to cause me trouble. Yu-Jin looks away out of the door of the bar. Ooh, let's not let her. He pauses in silence for a moment, still looking away. You try to get a read on him, but his face is blank. All his glittering eyes hint at some rapid internal activity. He turns back to you and meets your eye. Sudden shift in his manner obvious. If you need the crew, you need to work. If you need to work, you need cryo. Is that right? Doesn't stop for your answer. Well, I can offer both. Hard work and a good contact with a good payout. Contract. You take me with you on this job of mine and we split the take. Looks down thinking, hell, if you do, I'll consider signing on long term. Smiles. Think of that and no more recruiting. It's a job. Salvage. He leans in. I know of a wreck untouched by the local crews, which recently turned up in the wash. There's just a little sunboard from here, but disabled transport that makes it invisible to anyone who doesn't know it's there. I had to squeeze the location out of contact, but I'll share it with you for a straight split. Take me and your crew and we'll claim it all. It's going to be a good payout. A really good one. The catch? G frowns. No catch. Leans back and looks around the bar. Happy to take the offer elsewhere. I just felt like you were the right captain for this one. I'll be ready to go whenever you like, Yu-Jin pauses. And as a show of good faith, I'll also fly out with you on any job from the Far Spindle. But I'm not leaving the station with you yet, not till we get my job done first. After that, we can talk flying together, no need to rush it. He shakes her hand firmly, his palm rough and pitted, then turns back to his ring. You slip out of the bar looking to see if Vesna is nearby. You don't spot her among the passing crews, but you can't help but imagine eyes on you in the bar. You shake it off, having become familiar with the feeling of being observed. What matters is you have found yourself a crew member and a contract. Whether either will come good, however, remains to be seen. New contract, new drive, minor objective complete, +1 grade, ooh, new local crew. Love okay, we have 1 point available. We are looking for another one, and we'll... Guess I'll do that, and... if I do +3 on one push, and apply to both die, then that's pretty strong. I could go +4 on one. I think I would want to go for the both. Yeah. We'll go for that one. Okay. So... okay. We'll still have one cycle until ship is repaired, so... And that was this one. Spindle core, we can do one more. Let's use the 6 on that to unlock some other options as well. Another minor driver. Okay. The Far Spindle lives up to its name. Its tall stature, making it a real effort to travel from end to end. The local solution to this problem are transit tunnels, massive tubes bolted onto the outside of the spindle that allow for rapid passage from bottom to top. As you find yourself in one of these cavernous passages, bulky cargo haulers rushing by, you start to wonder if braving them is worth the effort. Back up! The child rattles down from the bare transit corridor like a gunshot and is rapidly followed by a crunching impact. You spin back, pushing yourself against the side of the wide cylindrical passage. As you do, a hauler glides past, sending a rippling wave of air across you in its wake. When the roar subsides, you hear a string of expletives coming from nearby. A spiky-looking figure, clutching some oddly shaped open-frame object, gestures wildly at the vehicles as it glides away. Spiky airbike courier. Dickhead! She spits an impressive glob of saliva down the tunnel, and it spirals in 0G. She turns to you in her anger. You see that? Tried to slam me into the wall. Toll, dickhead. She nods firmly. No shit, haulers hate us. She sniffs and looks you up and down. Not supposed to be in the transit system without a vehicle. She squints. Not like I care, but maybe you do? Right, sorry. Like I said, don't care. She rocks one of her shoulders, stretching it out. You're new here, right? Yes. She shrugs sympathetically. Figures. Let me give you a tip. Begins checking her open frame vehicle, tightening bolts and untangling pipes. Oh, the haulers, dickheads. The lot of them. Especially the water haulers. They're better than anyone. Don't mess with the stevedores, though. They're good people. Get treated like shit by everyone else, just like us. Triply plugs and unplugs a series of connectors. They'll show you the shortcuts. Looks up and never ever get in a Spindlejack's way. She smiles, spinning the vehicle in her hand. Spindlejack? She thrums her chest. You're looking at one. She pauses, considering something, then suddenly she reaches into one of her many pockets and pulls out a small, transparent rectangle punched with holes. Text glints within it, reading, Kadet. Stripline Express. You take it. Kadet. She flexes proudly. That's me. Stripline is my outfit. Kamal's the dispatcher. Small outfit, but we punch above our weight. Dispatch is here in the Spindle score, but I run the transit tunnels, up and down the Spindle, 10 times a cycle. Hear anything moving on the Spindle? Data, tech, messages. Too hot for the hard line? Come find me. I'll do that. She nods. Tell them I sent you. That'll make sure it gets to me. She kicks off the wall and mounts her bike, triggering a small burst of compressed air, keeping herself steady in the transit passage. You hear a buzz of disoriented speech from what you assume is her dispatcher. Kadet angles her head to her communicator and mutters back into it. Get up, sleeper! Looks over at you, and something flickers in her eyes. An idea? Or perhaps just a realization. You might be able to help me with something. Packages that's been bothering me. She squints down the passage. Come to the office at Stripline in a few cycles, and I'll show you. Sure. We'll call it a favor on account of me saving you from being flattened by a hauler. Now, you better get out of here before another hauler tries to squish you. Step back as she twists the handlebars, and a burst of air sends her flying down the transit corridor at an unsettling speed. You watch her go, slightly caught off guard by her final remarks. What would a courier need you for? Turn the idea over in your head as you find a way out of the transit corridor back to the safety of the main concourse. Also, 2 points, which means... boom. Stripline Express. Kadet mentioned needing help with something, but you are still at a loss to know what the courier might want, so 2 cycles for that. Oh, that's the bar. That's the no chance option. Well, let's get a few shifts in the bar. City will let me 2. That's still 12. I have a 3 and a 2. Oh. Railhall is just purchasing, yeah. I can get a 5 out of this. Get a 5 out of that one. Dokkan, nice. And I have a 2. Nothing to do with. Let's earn a meal. It's fine. It's like, this is so hard on neutral outcome with it. Yeah, sure. Yeah. One more day. Get a bit of rest, and you get some more fuel.